means, but if you got bagged with it, it's still a crime, but it's not as big a crime, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm like, um, it's 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 way past the point of people getting locked up for something as little as a, you know, 3.5 or some bullshit like that. But it's like they got to find a way to make money, and at the same time, with the whole uh, discrimination bullshit, all that comes into factor. So me personally, I'm like, fuck it. I only smoke on vacation, basically, just
Okay.
because of my 9 to 5. I'm in a
Okay.
position where I can get hit with a random. You know,
And they could just you had to take a test anytime.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, no,
You
it's
know
not
what I'm
worth
saying?
that.
Like I could smoke today and be good on Tuesday. You feel me? That's how less. So that's how least that I smoke. So
Okay, you wouldn't even have to smoke that much to feel a buzz. It's just like it'd
yeah,
be
literally. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Somebody gave me a half for my birthday. I gave most of that shit out. You feel me? So it is what it is. So
So if you could refresh me, man, what is your podcast mission statement? What do you do on this
my my goal, um, whether somebody sees it that way or not, is to bring somebody on who has a talent like yourself, or a small business, or a message to, you know, um, report to people. So I use my platform to, big up comics like yourself, or someone who has a business, like a catering business or whatever, or, someone who's preaching about like mental health or something like that. So
podcast?
my goal is to spread your message, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully, lift your platform along with mine.
Oh yeah, that's dope, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man. And then too, like I'm like, we gotta support everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you black and you using these different social medias for a voice, we gotta support because like a lot of us are on them, but we're not using it like for a voice. We're not using it to say anything. Like, you know what I mean? So whenever I see somebody that's using it to say something, I try to jump on their platform real quick, say something, big them up. You know what I mean? Give them at least a shout out so that my followers can hear about you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, at this point, if we don't do it, no one else will.
Nope.
So I'm
Nope.
always supporting. I'm always shouting people out. I'm always looking to, what I'm saying, hop on anybody's show if they request. And I'm real susceptible to, anybody wants to come on my show, because the simple fact that what I'm saying, took the time out to check out, my content is big enough, what I'm saying, but to also volunteer your time, what I'm saying, it's a blessing, what I'm saying. But I like my last couple of posts, has been stories about my life. And I've been getting a lot of good feedback from that. But, that's not the main objective to my show. But that's going to, continue regardless, because that's just what it is.
Got to get that book going, man.
Well, my book is going to take a couple of volumes to finish, because, yeah, man, I've been through and seen a lot, you know.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, get you a book going. You know, you got your little you got a platform. You got a voice. People can hear you. Now you need something to sell them. You know what I mean? They need a piece to be able to take home with them. You know, like it ain't got to be long, even if it's just an ebook or some shit. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Trust
Hit
me,
them with something.
I'm working on it. I'm not a skilled writer myself, but I
Nah,
got a
me
bunch
either.
of pages I can give somebody that can put into that format for me.
That's what you need. Yeah, if you could kick your story to somebody, or even like you said, like your last episode's been like your story, like you can even take that and have somebody that's a writer or something, pen that up.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying. That's my next thing I'm trying to do now is do an ebook for my first year of comedy because I've been doing comedy now like a year and a half, and I've been doing all right. I won a couple of competitions. You know what I'm saying? I'm hosting some rooms. I done got booked and left Atlanta. You know what I mean? Been in Florida, been out to Alabama. You know what I mean? I got something coming up in April where I'm going to El Paso. So like it's picking up, you know what I mean? And I'm getting a buzz with it. But like people ask me like how? Like how do I get the buzz? How do I do it? So I was like, I'm gonna put that shit in the ebook, you know.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
that
gonna
that that's good marketing right there.
I ain't gonna tell them everything, you know what I mean? They gonna have to buy some of it, you know. But like I host open mic every week right now in Georgia. It's out here, place Alpharetta. And it's a
Hold
cool room. It's a
hold
cigar
on,
bar.
before you go into detail, I'm gonna
Uh,
start this introduction and we're gonna go from
oh
there.
my bad. You
Yeah,
about to start the show?
yeah,
All right, all
'Cause,
right,
yeah. I want to hear about all that.
all right.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, the Landover Legend, aka Big T, and I'm the host of the I Can't Make This Up podcast. Today, my next guest is an up and coming comedian. He's also an actor, content creator. He's a weed enthusiast and connoisseur, apparently, from what I'm getting. I came across his page and he was telling a joke about how black people ask you a question and then answer it right after. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, yeah, I got to get him more to the show. Please give it up for my next guest, New York, born and bred, but Atlanta currently, Derek Nicholson.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that great intro, man. Um, like with that joke right there, man. Most of my jokes is based on the truth. You know what I mean? Like your real like experience. Like it's just be the shit that actually happened in your day. Like
Mhm.
last night I'm doing a show and they had a kid at the show. Like a little girl was there. You know, her mother and her father were there. Like they work at the establishment, I own it type of thing. So you know, we basically doing jokes in this little kid's house. You know what I mean? Like, but like the comedians are making comments about it, and I was like, "Yo, come on now, be real." You know, we all been there at one of our mamas or dads grown shit, and they say, "I don't care what these niggas say. You better not repeat that shit at school. Sit your ass there, do your homework. You be doing your homework on the bar, like you know what I mean." And that's just real life. You know what I mean? Like to me, real life is the funniest jokes you ever gonna get. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? True
you ain't,
story.
you ain't never lied about that. Somebody posted on Facebook the other day and was like, "Tell me the funniest joke you ever heard." And a couple of years ago, I was sitting in this car dealership, and my friend was picking up a new truck, and I heard a guy read off his credit score, and he was like, "Man, you gotta be lying. That ain't right." He was like, "What is it?" He was like 431. When I tell you, I bust out laughing, and he knew I heard what he said. His face got tight and everything.
Oh yeah, you say.
I was like, isn't everyone like born with like a 500? I was like, how is
How
that
you
possible?
track from the baby? Your baby credit score is fucking 500. This nigga's got the debt from when he was little. But you know what though? That come from like your mom's putting the cable in your name and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And he was like 7. Moms had the cable. Moms had the cable in his name. You know what I mean? That's what I think that was. That come from that. But like that's some funny shit. Like, damn man, that's a hard question. The funniest joke I ever heard. Mm, fuck. Man, like it's hard to break it down to a joke, so it'd have to be like maybe like the funniest. Maybe that Dave Chappelle shit where he talk about the baby selling weed out out of the limo. Like that might be the funniest joke to me I ever heard. Like that shit was crazy. But you said the limo had rolled down windows. It was old. Like, this nigga crazy.
one of his one of my favorite jokes of his. It was at a live performance. It was like in this club in Illinois, and I had the audio CD of it. This was man, this might have been 15 years ago. But
Yeah.
he was telling the story about how Disneyland was racist, and he was like on the sign to some ride in Disney World, it was like no cussing. So he's like, I guess that means no black people can get on this ride because that's what we gonna cuss. We ain't gonna say
Yeah,
yippee
yeah.
and hooray or shit like that. So he said one of Mickey's security guards heard him cussing and knocked him out. And then before he passed out, he said he heard him say, "Take him to Mickey's tower." He said he woke up tied to a chair, and Mickey Mouse came in there with some leather pants on and a shirt off, and was like, "You want to cuss in my world?" Just trying to torture him. That shit is dumb funny.
Again, I saw Dave Chappelle live, right? And it's like when he was kind of new. He wasn't even blown yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like downtown in the village in New York, like 4th Street or some shit like that. And I was in the front row with a girl, and at the time, Foxy Brown, the rapper, was out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she had on like a leopard outfit that like was like looked like that. It had on like a floppy hat. And this nigga roasted me, yo. He was like, and this nigga brought Foxy Brown with him and shit. And I was like, oh, yeah, nigga, Dave Chappelle roasted me and shit. Like, that's the funny shit about comedy, yo. Like, a dude could be so funny, he can light you in your date up, and you like, damn, man, that was one of the best times of my life. You know what I mean? That's what I love about jokes. You be
That
in the hospitals,
Go ahead.
you be in the hospital, somebody make you laugh, it make you forget even why you there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, laughter is one of them cure-alls that'll make you forget you just crashed your car or some shit like that.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, of course you're gonna be pissed off, once the realization comes back, but you know, at least for that moment, you was in total bliss. So,
yep.
um, tell me about your journey from New York to Atlanta and what got you into comedy.
Hmm. All right, my journey to Atlanta wasn't so much for comedy; it was more a relationship thing. That's how I ended up down there. And then it was a guy at my job. Um, to pass the time, I would crack jokes, and I do imitations. So I was doing an imitation of Obama, and he was like, "Yo, man, that shit is good, Joe." He was like, "You need to do that shit like on stage for people or whatever." And, somebody tells you that shit, you like, get the fuck out of here, man. I get that shit, man. I ain't no comic, you know what I mean? And he kept bothering me with the shit. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I went and did an open mic. I bombed and shit. You know what I mean? I did horrible. Nigga asked my girl to blink if she was being held against her will and shit. Like I did bad, my nigga. I did bad, right? But one of the comics was cool enough to come up to me after, and he was like, "Yo, um, do you know how to write jokes or whatever?" Right? And I was like, "Nah, I never wrote no jokes." He's like, "All right, go find out how you write jokes." He's like, "And when you get on stage, make sure you have a plan." So then I went back, I wrote jokes, you know what I mean? And I was like, I wanted to do it. Like even though I bombed and it like, you know what I mean? And it was like, it wasn't a great experience as far as doing well. It was something about getting on that stage that I liked so much that even with bombing, I wanted to do it again. So I went back out and I had some jokes and I did better. And I just kept going, and I'm getting better as I go. But like that's pretty much how it happened. The guy at my job just told me like, yo man, that impression's good enough that you should do it on stage. So this is my impression of Obama. I'll do it for you right now. All right. Like Obama was president, you know what I mean? But he wasn't just president, he was black. So he had to deal with those black issues and questions like who's your top 5 MCs, right?
Okay.
So it's true, he'd be like, he had to, what I'm saying? Niggas asked that nigga that shit. So I figured he had to answer that shit like this. My top 5 MCs would have to be Rakim, Biggie Smalls, for the West Coast, Ice Cube. However, I do believe our differences are what makes us strongest. So to that list, I'd add Eminem, rounding out my list with Jay-Z. And that's been my presidential top 5.
he would bring in diversity picks. So I agree. Okay. So that's actually kind of like your origin story. It turned into you
Yeah,
bombing, getting on stage for the first time, but
yeah,
it also sparked something in you that made you, want to give this stuff a try, and now you going your hardest and making that happen. Like,
Yeah, it worked now.
hmm
Yeah, like to go from bombing to actually say I made money from my jokes, you know. So like that's a big deal. Like from to be booked to like somebody want to hear you, you know, or like the other night, like somebody was introducing me to a person, and they were like, and I was like Derek, and they was like Derek Nicholson, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, yeah, I am that is my name. It's a bus, yeah, you know what I mean. But like it's humbling and it's inspiring because I want to do better, and I know I did the right thing, like trying, you know, I'm getting validation that you know you keep going no matter if you fall down or not, you get the fuck back up.
man, you ain't never lied about that. That's one of the blue books to life, in my opinion. Like, what I'm saying, people have been put through, God knows what, and they don't see that light at the end of the tunnel, and it's like, come on, man. But if it isn't for, like, people like yourself, or people who just, speak about their, past and how they made it through, and if they can make it through that, then anyone can. You know what I'm saying? I don't
That's
think that,
right.
we would see the progression we have today. I mean, how many times before they, got the rocket off the ground before, it stopped blowing up?
Yeah, yeah. It was killing all kind of chimps and dogs trying to get that shit right. Dog looking back like me is my turn. Me no, send that monkey motherfucker. He ain't flown shit yet. Send the monkey. Send the monkey. You know, and he's get your back, get your ass back. Because they want to fuck with the rockets when they was new. But that's what I tell people. People like you said, they don't see the light at the tunnel. But I'm like, you won't see the light at the end of the tunnel. The tunnel long, you know what I mean? The tunnel long and you ain't gonna see the light, but you gotta keep pushing ahead. You know what I mean? You gotta have faith too. Like some of it is faith, some of it is the Lord and liquor. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, I don't know what mix you gonna need to get you through, but the Lord and liquor will get you through. You know what I mean?
Man, you absolutely right about that, man. So, had in the past year, have you been booed?
No, thank God. In the past year, I've not been booed. I've been booed in the past year. Like I didn't get booed really when I bombed. What happened when I bombed was I attacked an audience member verbally. Like it was a lady sitting for real. It was a lady sitting in the back, and she couldn't hear me because like when you new at comedy, you don't know how to hold a mic. Like you know what I mean. Like when you start comedy, the only thing you ever seen really holding the mic that you paid attention up to that point was rappers. So
hmm
when you come out there as a comic and you knew, you holding like just like this, and you're like, yeah, say, you know what I'm saying? You about to do these drinks. You know what I'm saying? Get these drinks for the people. You know what I'm saying? So I sounded like that and I had no idea. So a lady in the back was like, she couldn't hear me. So I started being like, what? Is you deaf, bitch? What you need me to do my jokes in braille or some shit? And he was like, oh man, what's up with that? You know what I mean? So I was like, God damn, they are not liking the me calling her a bitch shit right here. This is not good. This is going bad. So like I try to do more jokes and they just was not having it. They wasn't having it. And the host was like, all right, let's give it up. But Derek, like, you know what I mean? Like they come and get you. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't even let it get to board. They're like, all right, this is going down and we're gonna get you off stage now. You know what I mean? So like I should have had like 5 minutes. They gave me like two.
Damn.
Yeah, at 2 minutes, they were like, all right, buddy, let's go. You know. So like that, but like since then, no. Like I never had because like one, like the guy told me to write jokes. And there really is like there's no mystery in the way to write jokes. Like you know what I mean? Like there really is a blueprint, a pattern. It's like the right way to shoot a free throw or something. You know what I mean? Like you need the mechanics to make your funny work. So you know what I mean? But like if you got the mechanics down, like it's not really left up to chance. You know what I mean? Like if you wrote the joke well in your head already, I know what you're supposed to laugh at.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So every time I do that joke, everybody's supposed to laugh right there at that place. Like, you know what I mean? Like it is not a luck thing. It seems effortless, like you having a conversation and you just chilling, but it's planned out. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's really mapped out
Okay.
because like it's mapped out down to the timing in between laughs, like how much, you know what I mean? Like I need people to laugh every so many seconds. You know what I mean?
You got a cadence to your laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because you know, like you're trying to control the pace of it so that like, okay, um, you get the people to be with you, you have them laugh at a bunch of different things you say quickly, right? Now you've established that you're funny to this crowd. Okay. So now that gives you time to do longer format stories and tell them something longer if you got a longer story. Cause like you hit them with like, okay, like the questions joke, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I do that, I'd be like, you know, I finally figured out what white privilege is, you know. White boy die, he could die doing anything. They're gonna say he died doing what he loved, right? If I go out here tomorrow and I die skydiving, you and my mama gonna say his black ass ain't have no business skydiving. See? Now you go look at the clip online of that joke, me doing that joke right there. The reaction comes same exact place all the time. You know what I mean? Because it's written to do that. And that's the most important part I tell anybody about you doing comedy. Write every day. It don't matter if it's a good joke, it don't matter if it's a bad joke, write every day. Write every day. Write something every day on a piece of paper. Because you'll come back to it and you'll make it funny. You'll figure out the funny in it. But if you don't have anything to pull from, you won't have nothing funny. You know what I mean? So like with me, every day I'm writing something.
Consistency.
Yes.
Okay.
And I go out a lot to do it. Like just because I don't have a show, don't mean I'm not gonna go out. Like I try to go out two, well, 3 to 4 times a week, really. Like two will be booked, like that I'm getting paid to do, and then like the rest will just be so I can get mic time and get good at my craft. It's like basketball, anything else. Like you got to go to the gym.
So you've been putting in reps consistently now for a while.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Like and then doing stuff like this too, like trying to have an on interview. You know what I mean? Like it's important that like now that I make you laugh. You know what I mean? That I make the people that watch laugh. Like you know what I mean? Like I can't be a dry interview. I'm a comedian. So like even on here, I still gotta be on, but it's just a different timing, you know what I mean? Same jokes, you know what I mean? But where they go, you know what I mean? Well, how do I work that joke into what we doing here? You know what I mean? So it's always you on the stage as a comedian, but it's how you entertain that audience. This audience of one. So you know what I mean? I gotta make you laugh. I gotta entertain you until I'm out of here. You
Okay. So you said you've been in Atlanta for like a year and a half now.
know? No. I've been in Atlanta 4 years. This make my fourth year in Atlanta.
Okay.
But I only been doing comedy a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
So
work a job, man.
hey, I feel you
Nine
on
to
that.
five, dude.
So how are things in Atlanta right now? Like especially with I mean, obviously you guys are a little bit more open than the rest. But
Yeah, we
besides that, like as far as like everyday life there, what is it like?
hmm. Hmm. All right. Georgia's a funny place because like people say Atlanta, and Atlanta's like small. Atlanta is like the size of a fucking I don't know, like Maryland. Me, no, not even Maryland. Like goddamn, like Baltimore, maybe. Like it's very small, Atlanta itself, but Georgia is huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a chick will tell you she from Atlanta. You look up her address, she ain't nowhere near from Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, it's just the woods. This ain't Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But like down here, everything is open, so you can go to everything. My thing is like, you know, it's like the mask is like niggas with condoms. You know what I'm saying? They gonna wear that shit until the place feel good. Then they taking that shit off. Like, yeah. I'm chilling up in this motherfucker. What? You know what I mean? That's how it is down here. Like, you know what I mean? Every nigga walk in with the mask on. And then while they in that motherfucker, next thing you know, they neck and they chin is mad safe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gotta worry about my beard catching shit. You know what I mean? But that's the fact of the matter. But I did see a couple when I was out. I was doing a show. This had to be the most quarantined couple I ever seen. They both had on masks at the table. They both had separate hookahs, and they pulled their mask down and hit the hookah. They was not playing. I was like, nah, them two niggas are safe. You know what I mean? But they fucking with the mask and the condom on. Do they really know each other, yo? These niggas know each other. You know what I'm saying? They fucking strangers at that point.
Might as well be, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know what to say because like I'm a dude that I've been out here. I'm an essential worker.
Mm-hmm.
So from March 25th when this shit started, I got a letter that was like, don't nobody give a fuck if you catch it, bro. You going to work. So it's like I never got the chance. Like my girl was fucking quarantined, just chilling at home. You know what I mean? Like all day just chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people got to chill like that. But like for me, I never really got the difference. I appreciated that it was less traffic. Yeah. There was benefits to it for me. And I did my shows. Like the crowds are less, you know, but we do that spacing with the seating also. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we don't have the people right on top of each other. Like I have tables in between and crap like that. Like if you come together, then I seat you together. Y'all already got it in the car. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever y'all had, y'all shared it in the car already. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas smoking blunts together and all type of shit. I ain't gonna fuck y'all sit together. But like if it's people, I try to separate them, couples, groups like that.
Okay.
But really, I haven't had anything like me personally. I haven't tested positive for it. I take my temperature every day at my job. So like really, all I think I can say is that Georgia's open, man. Like that shit wide open. It's a red state. Like Georgia is a place where it's like living with your redneck stepdad that lets you shoot fish with a shotgun. You know what I mean? Like that's Georgia, baby. Like go Bulldogs. Like this shit is real life. Like cats do not care.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to Georgia in a while, and I actually can't wait for some time off so I can just leave the state. I myself am an essential worker too, so I've been
Okay.
at it. I've been at it since there was no quarantine for me. It was,
None. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It was,
Yeah.
and it was no hazard pay either, unfortunately.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. Was no shit like that. Like you know what I mean? Like when they talk about this shit in the future later, they're gonna talk about how they were wrong for not giving us hazard pay, how they were wrong for not like, you know what I mean, looking out for people that had to be out here every day. You know what I mean? Making air purifiers and the shit that they using now. You know what I mean? Because I work in manufacturing and production, and that's what we were doing. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, have you done any Zoom shows or virtual shows?
I have. I have. I do. I've done a joint called Atlanta Comedy Digital. I did that for a long time. I don't work with them anymore, but I did that for a long time. That's a joint that's still popping with a lot of good comedians. Good place to catch them. I did Rock the Mic Live. That's also good live on IG to catch good comedians. The Comedy Couch. That's also an IG live. But as far as Zoom go, who was these people? Comedy Network Live. I did with them. Humor That Works. I did Zoom with them. And then like around the holidays, I was doing private Zooms for families and
Okay.
like people that and some people that reached out to me, but like they were some people that were family members and friends also that wanted me to do it. So that was cool. Like I did one of them from my car. Oh, I just did a drink called the Comedy Cage match yesterday. That was on IG. I won $100 and I moved on to the next round. So I am the Cage Comedy first round champion. And I move on to the second round. That'll be in March, the last Friday in March. I'll go up against a guy named Skinny D. Skinny D, you better get your weight up. Nah. That's actually my friend, so he cool with me. So we gonna the way it works is you both do 5 minute sets, 5 to 10 minute sets, and then the audience judges on who had the best set.
Okay. So, from everything I'm hearing, from what I see, it don't seem like stage fright was like a problem for you.
No, because I was a fool all the time. Like I was that one that you be in the supermarket somewhere and your mother be like, Derek, eat like goddamn, goddamn. You know what I mean? Like she gotta slap a nigga up to keep a bit line. Like I was always the one that has some shit to say. Like you know what I mean? I feel like the world is my stage. Like I don't care, man. We could be at court. I'm gonna make jokes, you know. Like, all right, here go a perfect example. My aunt, God bless the dead, she passed away not long ago, right? So it was during this quarantine COVID time, right? So
Hmm.
we had to do the joint online, like this, like a virtual funeral or whatever, right? So I told niggas, I said the funeral was nice. I said it was sad, but she had mad crying emojis. You know what I mean? Like, you tell niggas it was heartfelt, mad crying emojis. You know what I mean? But that's just true. You know what I mean? Like it's funny to me, but some people are like, oh, that's not funny. But it's true, man. We had fucking crying emojis up there, motherfucker. One dude was a dick though. He put a ghost up there. I don't know what the fuck that was even supposed to mean in the comment. What the fuck you put a ghost for? So he said it was because she went to heaven and shit. So I was like, oh, all right, yeah.
You could
But
have put
that's where we mourning at. You know,
you could have put an angel emoji, not a ghost emoji.
that's what I'm saying. He put a ghost, like she trapped here and shit. I said, you trying to say, man? He said, no, she went to heaven though. My aunt was a good woman. I remember we went to Disney World with her, right? And she was mad the whole time we was at Disney World, right? And I said, what's the matter with you? And she said, Goofy is nasty and Minnie smell musty. Because Goofy had squeezed her ass and shit. And I was like, oh, for real? She's like, yeah. Goofy nasty and Minnie is musty. She need to wash her ass. That's what she needed to do. So that was my Aunt Glennie, man. She's a great woman to meet. True story.
Rest in peace. So,
Yeah.
do you do you miss New York and do you get back there often?
I do go back regularly because my family's still there, majority of them. Do I miss it? See, man, growing up in New York in the Bronx, it's like sitting in a dirty room all day and you don't really notice. You know how that should be? You know what I mean? You just stepping over shit, you going about your business. But when you leave and you come back and you see that shit, you're like, God damn, this shit is fucked up, yeah. This is fucked up. So I miss the nostalgia of it, but when I gotta think about like the real parts of it, like not so much. Like you know what I mean? Like New York can teach you how to mind your business young, you know what I mean? Like it'll be a dude getting his ass whipped right there while your mama doing the thing, wiping your face. All right, now you mind your business. No, they ain't got nothing to do with us. You wait, we waiting for our bus. That is that man's business while he getting his ass whipped. You know what I mean? Like okay, mom. So like, New York, New York is a rougher living. Like I love New York, but I'm not gonna lie, New York. New York like a third world country. When he said go back to your shithole country, I thought he was talking about us. I was like, nigga, you talking about what? We talking about Wakanda, nigga? What the fuck you talking about? You know? Because I lived in New York in the Bronx. Now you talking about third world countries shit. We got them right here. All you Africans, don't be offended. We grew up just like y'all. Niggas in Flint know about dirty water, like so America, we got places and pockets where it's harder to live than others.
Yeah, you're right. My first time going to New York, I was walking down the street in Queens, and I was this close to being hit in the head by a trash bag coming out of a window. And I was like, so that's what y'all do? Y'all just throw it down to the street? They was like, yeah, you might want to step like 5 inches to the right. And
I mean, because it's going right there by the curb. So if you got the good aim, you do the over the shoulder like, every once in a while, it'd be nice. They got the can down there, boy. You hit that shot on it. Shadoom! It feel great, but
with no consideration for your victims down the street, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta watch your head in New York. You know what I mean? You always gotta be aware of your surroundings. That's a thing. Like from a little kid, I remember my kid would go outside, right, with his bike or whatever, right? And I'm like, you listen to me. That's yours. You don't let nobody ride this shit And you don't go around somewhere else where you don't know them because they're gonna take your possessions. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be real. You gotta, keep your head on a swivel. And I make it sound so bad, but it's not that bad. There's a lot of love in New York. We got the Yankees. I mean, like, there's there's some bright spots. And my
The
mom and dad were great people too. So I had a lot of love in my home, even if it wasn't outside. So
yeah.
I can't complain about my childhood or my raising up because I'm here. You know what I mean? So obviously it couldn't be that bad.
Yeah, you was the diamond that came from the rough out of all that,
That's right.
you know.
Yes, right. And I went looking for bullshit. I didn't have to, you know what I mean? But I went looking for bullshit. So I blame myself for some of the shit I shouldn't have to go look for it. I should have minded my goddamn business. Like, oh man, but it was like so much fun over there. I'm selling crack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, all the bitches and hoes and guns and shit. Oh, I'm going over there. Fuck that school shit. You know what I mean? And that's how that should be. Every nigga, there's two things every nigga want to be when they, three things every nigga want to be when they young. Nigga want to be an athlete, nigga want to be a rapper, nigga want to be a drug dealer. You know what I mean? Like those three things back when you was growing up in the 80s and 90s, that's what like cats looked up to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of them provide a chance to be famous, and all fame ain't good fame, unfortunately. So
Nope. Nope. You don't find that till late. But it's the funny thing because then the rappers that was rappers wanted to be gangsters. You know what I mean? They didn't understand like gangsters wanted to be rappers, so they didn't have to be gangsters though. You know what I mean? Like they just rapped looking like a gangster because that's where they were rapping at. You know what I mean? Like if you caught this dude rapping, he was in the middle of doing some gangster shit and he was able to rap. Like, you know what I mean? That's why he looked like that. But he didn't want to be doing the gangster shit and rapping. He would have rather just gone and went and rap. But like somewhere the rappers got it confused and thought that the nigga wanted to do gangster shit while he rapped. Like, nah.
okay. So let me
Yeah.
ask you this. Who are some of your comedy inspirations?
From today now, it would have to be Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Bruce, uh, shit. And then from the past, it would have to be Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, and what's his name? Red Fox.
Okay.
Damn, I didn't name now one woman. I feel hold on. What's her name? Damn. What's this lady's name? The lady that did the joke about Seabiscuit. Damn, it's Cheryl Underwood.
Okay. Yeah.
Cheryl Underwood. I'm naming her because cats will be naming, forgetting to name women comedians like they didn't influencers. But Cheryl Underwood, Monique, um, some more shit. All right, that's three chicks. There you go. Bang.
Equality,
Bang.
huh?
Equality. Yeah, bro. Equality. Because like I got women comedians that's my friends. And if you can hear the bitch in the morning, they be saying about thinking of us respecting them as comedians, let me tell you. So I be trying to show them love. Matter of fact, I got a women's comedy show today. It's a lady showcase. It's gonna be at 8 o'clock at a bar, the Beaumonde Lions Den in Alpharetta. So if you're in Georgia, pull up. Free comedy show.
So Ty Davis, out of Baltimore, is one of my favorite female comedians.
Okay.
Jess Hilarious is funny.
Oh fuck, I forgot her.
Yeah.
Jess Hilarious is one of my favorite
Her
female comedians.
her
Hell yeah.
her Instagram keeps me in tears because
Man, that fucking Jess with the mess.
yeah.
Man, that shit is fire, yeah. That's my favorite shit. When she come with that little news clip, I was like, that should need to be a part of the news for real every day. Like, that's vision.
And her stories she be coming up with. I mean, she be reenacting real life situations and
Oh
jump
shit.
stupid funny.
And be killing it, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. She definitely deserves to be named. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: who's somebody you looking forward to working with in the future?
Mm. Got to be the main man of the time, Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Kevin. It's Kevin Hart's thing right now. Like out here, it's his thing. Like his name on everything. You know what I mean? Like shit. And nigga like bam, 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 bam. He doing shit. I went boom, boom. Want to work with you. Want to work with him. Want to work with you. Boom. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fuck with him. Yeah, man. That dude right there. Kevin Hart and definitely like the legend Eddie Murphy. I would like to work with him.
I would just like to sit and have a conversation with Eddie Murphy. He is uh he has a direct line to my funny bone. Like as a kid,
Oh yeah.
his character Axel Foley, like I was obsessed with the way he played that role, and then I
Mm,
I kind of like backtrack and I saw 48 Hours, Golden Child, Harlem Nights, Coming to America, like all that stuff is just like comedy gold to me, and everything he did, the way he thought, is like the way I think. I just don't verbalize it all the time. Like I have crazy scenarios of me just, what I'm saying, picturing someone in responses to like some ignorant shit. And he puts it on tape, like
yeah.
there's nothing he can't do that isn't funny to me. And I think that outside of comedy, just having a real life discussion, I think will be like some of the funniest and probably the most entertaining thing to me because, you know, uh, not that I'm saying that he makes people laugh on cue. He's just naturally funny, and you could just sit there and we talk about life, and then next thing you know, you're gonna be in stitches because he just said something hilarious. Like
Hell yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld show, comedians and cars getting coffee. His
Yeah, that show
episode
was dope.
had me in tears when he was talking about the homeless people. Like that shit had me dying
You
laughing.
saw his Mark Twain award speech?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my
That too,
goodness.
like when he killed Bill Cosby, yo, like that motherfucker Eddie's got it still. You know what I mean? Like he got it. Like, you know what I mean? If anybody sleeping, you see that cars and coffee shit, and you watch that Mark Twain shit, you'll know this motherfucker got it. Like, and that's what I'm talking about. The format may change, but you got to be on. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like you're not watching Eddie Murphy right there in that car with Jerry Seinfeld for him to be like, yeah, I got 4 children. You know what I mean? You want that nigga to be on. So like, we got a chance to see him be on in that car, man. And that's that one-on-one conversation. But the thing that you were saying about Beverly Hills Cop and those movies, for me, Eddie Murphy laughed his way into being like the first black leading action star for me. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't had no black action heroes since fucking Fred Williamson and fucking like Three the Hallway shit, Jim Brown and the niggas. So like when those movies came out and you got this nigga rolling around with a 45 and doing the action flip roll with the gun and all of that, like that was a big thing for me, shift dynamically, consciously, and even for Hollywood too. Like after that, like cats started giving black dudes jobs with guns, saving the day. Like you know what I mean? Like Eddie Murphy, one of the first black dudes to be on major TV as like a big cop. Like you know what I mean? Like we didn't have that. You know what I mean? Like, and that too was a big deal for me. Like those roles he got to play as the leading man, like and being funny, it meant something to me. And I didn't even realize what it meant to me because at the time, like all the comedians I know that's started now late, like I did, we didn't know where to go be funny at. We didn't know how to get a job being funny. We thought like you need to do an application somewhere like I like to tell jokes, think I'm funny. Like, we really didn't fucking know, you know? And but I know now that I fucking looked up to Eddie Murphy, like, God damn man, this nigga cool as shit. You know what I mean? Like killing Victor Maitland and the niggas.
Man, man, oh man, oh man. When he just would uh just mess with somebody, like walking into
Damn.
the store and be like, yeah, I when he was like, I need to speak to Victor. could you
Oh,
could
what about it?
when he was messing with the people at the house in the second one, and he was like, "Look, ain't supposed to be no damn right angles in this house." He was like, "I don't care if they want to live in a donut. You need to remove these shits."
That's how you got the crib, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That shit, and then another 48 hours. I think. Which one is that shit where he's like in jail and they come get him out? That's another 48 hours.
Yeah, yeah. It was
With him and
48
Nick
hours,
Nolte.
then another 48 hours.
All right, so 48 hours. The one where he opened that fucking car door up on the dude and be like, boom, Luther. It looked like that car door hurt. All right, Luther. Like that shit. Billy Ray Valentine. That's who that nigga was in that. And the names
Yeah,
this nigga had was crazy. Billy Ray Valentine. I was like, this nigga Axel Foley, man. Those movies, man, they, like to me in the movie side, Eddie Murphy got it on lock as far as comedians go. Like in comedic movies. And then Jamie Foxx got it on lock in dramatic roles
I
for
agree.
comics.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like everybody else, y'all trying to catch we all trying to catch up with those two things. Like
So you pursuing acting as well, I'm assuming.
yeah, I did 2 episodes of a show called Underground Comics of Atlanta. It wasn't so much acting, it was just me doing stand-up for a show, you know, that's
Mhm.
something like Def Jam or something like that. And then I did get a chance, so I'm in a new TV show. It's gonna be YouTube show, excuse me, called Trey Keisha. And in that I play a personal trainer. So that's gonna come out soon. Trey Keisha is a character played by Funny Brenton. If you go on TikTok, the character Trey Keisha's got over 2 million views and users of her voice. Um, so
Okay.
she decided to take that fame, that momentum, and turn it into a show. So it's about a girl that's struggling with her weight. And you know, like she be lying to her friends, like she be eating McDonald's or some shit, and they'll call up and they're like, "What you doing, girl?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just eating a salad." You know what I mean? Then she eating a fucking triple stack Big Mac and shit, you know. But that's who she is, and I'm coming into her life as a personal trainer.
That sounds dope.
And I'm not your regular personal trainer. Like my moves is inspired by shit like LeBron after hitting the shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even in warm up. That shit I got you doing the shit LeBron would do after he hit a shot.
Okay. So what's your ideal of like the perfect comedy show if you were to, be in the position to, like sell out a stadium or something like that?
Um, a great headliner, you know, if since I'm gonna do something like that, it would be like a longer time frame. So I guess I would have like 4 opening acts, like some little local comedians that's making a buzz wherever I'm at, and then I would have 2 features that were really good. I would host it. Only reason why I'm hosting right now is because like I lack experience.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not that I don't have the material, but like I'd rather have a more experienced headliner and feature right now because I get the chance to learn from these people. So it's a two thing for me. Like I get the chance to do my thing, but I also get the chance to watch and see how people manipulate that stage time. You know? Because
Okay.
for me, some of those things right now and where I'm at, it's the first time I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like the first time I had to do 30 minutes was like I don't know, like a month ago. You know what I mean? So like getting out of that comfort zone and doing 20 to 30 minutes and trying to work my way up to an hour and a half. Like, you know what I mean? Like I get to build that while watching people that have done that amount of time. So I
Mm,
would still host it and I would have 2 features and a killer headliner.
that's what's up. I I always try to, what I'm saying, check out up and coming comedians. Like, when they say when you first coming out, you at your rawest. And then there's people who are consistently funny and just get better as time goes on, you know.
Yeah, that's me out this motherfucker. I'm one of them niggas.
So let me ask you this. Who you listening to these days, music wise?
Music wise, I got you know how they got them positive affirmations. You ever mess with a spiritual chick that she saved your crib and shit like that?
Yeah.
They be having like positive affirmations and they teach you stuff like that. So girl had taught me about that. So some of the rap songs I use now, I listen to them as positive affirmations. So I'm listening to New God Flow by Pusha T and Kanye West. You know what I mean? There's a powerful message in that. You listen to it. He's telling you about your power. I'm listening to Benny the Butcher,
Okay.
legend. You know, I'm gonna be a legend now. You know what I mean? They tell me I'm gonna be a legend. I'm a legend now. You know, I listen to that. I listen to Nipsey Hustle, grinding all my life. Um, pretty much all his joint stuff. I keep some Biggie in rotation. Long Kiss Goodnight. That's my favorite song. So
Yes,
I
sir.
listen to that song
You-
like every day. Like that song, I know that song word for word. So I'm fucking acting that song out every morning and shit. So shout out to the late great Notorious B.I.G. And I listen to everybody though. I listen to Young Thug. I listen to the Throat Baby dude. I forgot his name. I listen to the baby, little baby. You
yeah.
would think I got a daycare over here. I listen to so many fucking kids. I listen to the baby, Young Thug, Young. This one I listen to. I haven't listened to Jay in a while, but I've been listening to that new Nas album.
Okay.
It's pretty good. The song "Spicy" is the one I'm bumping the most. But
Yeah. I travel out there and check out some of the new artists, but I'm a old school Outcast man. UGK.
okay,
You know what I'm saying? 3 6.
yeah, yo,
That
oh my God, I be
that
bumping the 3-6 too, man.
yeah, that early Cash Money. Don Tripp, that's my man.
Okay,
He a slept on dude. Big Crit, J. Cole.
J Cole got lyrics, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I fuck with what's his name too. The dude from Cali that got lyrics too. I forgot his name right now. I just finished listening to the song 5 minutes ago. God damn, what's his name? It was Backseat Freestyle. I was just listening to. God
Kendrick.
damn, Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, I just listened to Backseat Freestyle. He's nice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can always throw Kendrick in. Like, it's certain rappers that like you could just always throw in because their bars are so fucking so profound, man. Like my people they laugh at me because I say that somebody's bars could be life changing, but I feel they are. I feel like there's certain shit a rapper kid can spit that shit be like, damn. You know what I mean? And it make you think and it sparks something in you, that make you move different in your day, your way you move.
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't pick up on the fact that, an MC can touch your soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then there's rappers, people I consider
That
rappers.
can entertain you.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
consider Young Jeezy a rapper. I consider
yeah,
somebody
but he can
like,
entertain you though.
yeah, I consider somebody like what's the boy that got the diamond on his forehead? Lil Uzi.
I
Those
know
are
Lil
those are
Uzi Vert.
entertainers to me. You know what I'm saying?
I walked in with a new silly watch. That's what
You
it's
know what I'm
great though.
saying?
Silly
But
watch is hot though.
yeah, but for
And Pluto is
somebody like
something
Andre 3000,
lyricist.
when they talking some real shit, some shit that
That
make you
nigga's a
sit back
lyricist.
and be like, damn,
Spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They dip as quick as they rip the atmosphere. Come on, man. You ain't no peninsula. No, ain't no island peninsula. Maybe that shit, boy, that he kick on that. Keep your heart 3 stacks. Keep your heart. Man, he killed that. He got so many bars. I love down below. Even though he's doing different shit, he didn't influence the whole generation of motherfuckers to sing and do all type of weird shit. You know what I mean? But his lyrics was crazy. Like that's one of my favorite rappers too. If I had to say my top 5 rappers, Andre 3000 is number three. Number three.
who's 2 and 1?
Rakim is number one
Okay.
because Rakim said, "My mind remains defined all kind of ideas. Self-esteem make it seem like a thought took years to build." You know what I mean? Your self-esteem, when you hear what he says, make you think it took him years to build that simple thought he had. For him, it was a simple thought. But when we hear it, we believe it took him years to build that thought. Like that bar right there fucks with me till now. Like still now to this day. I still be like, God damn, this right here, man. Rakim number one. And then for number two, it's gonna have to be fucking Nas, man.
Okay.
Nas, man, he's had some things, man. He said that shit on Illmatic, man, where he said I ran through the lobby. It was full of children playing, probably couldn't see as high as I'd be. I picked the Mac up, let the Mac spit, told brothers back up, made them backflip. Like that, man, that's good, dude. He's crazy. And then the other shit with that on the live at the barbecue, that nigga said snuffing. He's like, I went to hell at 12 for snuffing Jesus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he just had ill bars. So Nas number two, then Andre 3000. After him, Chuck D. After him, uh Big.
Okay, that's a solid top five right there.
Because the only reason why Chuck D, man, because Chuck D, the shit he said for black people in the back about black people is just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was just as powerful to me as Ice Cube was. Like, people don't understand that either. Ice Cube too and NWA actually were a fucking black power group. They weren't actually gangsters. Like, they were
Okay.
actually a black power group, but like, you know what I mean, when they were portrayed as something else. Only because like everything else in history, like, you know what I mean, like they're just as much a terrorist as Martin Luther King. Like, you know what I mean, like they're the same terrorists Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was, because the people telling you that they're bad guys are the bad guys. So, you know,
What about Scarface?
one of my favorites also. He should have made the list. Like, if it's a top 10, that's where Cube, Scarface, and them come in. Because the whole thing with Scarface and Cube is that what makes them hot to me is how much they were influenced by the East Coast. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, they're not like Snoop Dogg or those rappers that can't freestyle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Scarface and Ice Cube, you know these niggas practice freestyling because they run with a bunch of New York motherfuckers. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube was hanging out with Chuck D, Big Daddy Kane, and these people, so he had to rhyme that way. Like, you know what I mean? He already rhymed that way, but the way he rhymed and the way his pen game was, he was more like an East Coast rapper to me. But like true West Coast sound, I gotta go with like Snoop, um, the Lords of Mischief dudes,
Okay.
and Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick Lamar, Snoop, that's like the sound of the West Coast to me. Right. Ice Cube, I respect him, but he still had a real East Coast sound. Like, he had a heavy accent, but the way his bars are, like the cadence is like an East Coast flow.
Still an animal if he, you know what I'm saying, takes the time to, you know, lay a track down. I don't
Oh
think
yeah.
I ever was disappointed with a whole body of work, you know, but nothing was like America's Most Wanted in my opinion.
Nope. That's the one where he got that bar where he got Tales from the Dark Side and shit. And that motherfucker say, um, he said tonight the crew had a little fun. I go home and saw the barrel on my shotgun, stole a 5.0, and I creep a little low, roll down that window, shotgun kick. Ice Cube motherfucker, like that shit right there. And that or wait, like he had to hide in the schoolyard bathroom. Like his man died over a key. It was plain and simple. Clap down, went pop to the temple. You know what I mean? That shit, like, man, that or the jacking for beats. The fucking story with the shit where he go to the fucking projects, never date a girl from the projects. Man, America's Most Wanted was crack, yo. That album was crack, yo. I can't even lie, yo. That was one of my favorite albums. Dude.
I feel,
That and then Death Certificate was pretty good too.
yeah, I feel sorry for the dudes that don't appreciate who improved the hip hop culture through music. Like, you know, I'm the type of dude that'll listen to, you know what I'm saying, rock him on the regular. You know what I'm saying, some old Run DMC, some Fat Boys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Prince Marky D just died from the Fat Boys. Rest in peace. There.
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know. It's like the past couple years, man. It just like it seemed like the people of legendary status have been dropping like flies, and I'm just like, what
Cecily Tyson, Hank Aaron.
all these I'm hoping they make the history books because I want to know what.
Chadwick Boseman. I was about to fucking. I'm so glad I said Chadwick Boseman. I was about to call this motherfucker T'Challa. To say we lost
A
T'Challa.
character that he plays well, but
Yeah, I was about to say we lost T'Challa.
that dude was killing it, man. He had a 6 year run where
Yeah,
yeah,
Jackie Robinson, James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, the cop from 21 Bridges, whatever his name was.
yeah. I just was
I
like,
want this city locked down. My man.
so all right. Let me ask you this: who do you think is funnier, Jim Carrey or Steve Carell?
Who the fuck is Steve Carell?
He was the main star in 40-Year-Old Version.
That's the whole thing. I'm black. So you cannot just shout a white man's name at me like Steve Carell. You know you gotta do that shit by saying the nigga, yeah, you know the nigga that was like, ripped the shit off his chest. He's like Kelly Clarkson. Oh, that nigga. That nigga. I was thinking about I need to make a game show called That Nigga, where you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers just say a random nigga from a movie and niggas just gotta start like trying to figure out who he is. So the nigga starts saying shit he was in. He was in that shit with Denzel, where the nigga had the guns. You know what I'm talking about, man? The nigga with the lawnmowers and shit.
Hey,
Russell Crowe.
you
That
you
nigga Russell Crowe.
you talking about that, but it's people that will make that game. Like no bullshit.
I'm working on it, man. Fuck it, you know. Like I said, my bullshit always comes from real life, nigga. That nigga will make that game. I don't know if the crackers will let me get away, or white people gonna let. Yo, I found out the other day I'm not supposed to be saying crack and shit, yo. Like when I do my stand up, that is offensive. You know, so I'm retiring the word cracker. I will be referring to white people from now on as Ritz. Now,
More
they be
expensive
tanning and
version.
shit. They be tanning and shit. Now I'm fucking around. I'm not racist. I love everybody. You know, I'm cool with everybody. Everybody cool. So if I call you a cracker, it's the same thing because I just used the word nigga. I was just trying to. I didn't want to leave y'all out. If I'm gonna say the N word, might as well just say the C word. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I say. I say shit. I want to see how people feel if I even it out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I say it together, maybe I'll bring some unity between the crackers and the niggas. I'm going to hell, man.
Oh shit.
My kid asked me that shit though. My little kid, he's like 9, right? So we on the phone, we talking shit, and he says, "Dad, am I gonna go to hell?" I said, "It depends on what you did. What did you do?" He was like, well, "Damn, what did you do?" He's like, "Shit, hell, you just jump, getting a whipping or punishment, you going straight to hell. What did you do?" So he said, "No, because mommy said if I keep listening to Mini Men by 50 Cent, I'm gonna go to hell." I don't think so, man. That's why I love that song. I think you good. I think you good.
They can't take you seriously in the household, huh?
I was serious. I told him I think he's good, man. I don't think he's going to hell for that. Like I think he's good on that one. Mini Men is a classic. That shit is hot.
Bullshit.
If God judged him harshly for that, then I don't know, man. Like I gotta start thinking about my religion, man. I might be Buddhist. Y'all ain't gonna let us listen to Mini Men.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna leave that question. I'm gonna put a pin in that till later. All right. So let me ask you this: in your opinion, who do you think is a better actor, Will Smith or Jamie Foxx?
Damn, man. So I gotta. All right. So there are two most dramatic roles. All right. First, help me with this, okay? To
Okay.
narrow it down, their two most dramatic roles would have to be Ali and Ray,
Okay.
and then for their action roles, I'm going with Collateral and with the last joint Egypt and with one of the Bad Boys too.
Okay.
Right. This nigga was Ali for real, boy. Oh man, this is horrible, man. I'm going with Jamie Foxx.
Go on,
You
Jamie
got me on
Foxx.
tape saying Jamie Foxx, man. I meet one of these niggas. I'm sorry, both of you super talented geniuses. I didn't want to answer this shit. This is this nigga, man. He made me do it, Will. He made me say, fuck you, Will. You know what? You know what happened too? I think Will lost props because of the entanglement. I might have went with Will. If he would
Oh,
have slapped the shit, if he would have slapped the shit out of Augustine, right now I'd have been like, Will Smith, nigga, you crazy? It's my fucking man. But I think that's because he ain't slapped the shit out of him. And I went with Jamie Foxx.
I don't think he's going to jeopardize his brand with, that particular
He slapped a
thing.
reporter for kissing him. You can find it on the internet.
Yeah, but
Will Smith is out in the street and there's mad people around. And dude walk up on him and he like try to kiss him or some shit. And Will Smith's like, what the fuck wrong with you, Derek? So I'm
okay.
just saying that.
So, but
I'm not
look,
saying I support violence. That's a joke too. Well, I don't want you to lose your job. You just lost the vote for me because you got a son. Nah, I'm just
so all right, let me ask you this: as a man, right?
as a
You know,
man.
as a man, so August wasn't brave enough to do that, like on the Red Table Talk. He did that once he left the compound. So I think if he admitted that to his face, I think he would have popped off, in my opinion.
That's true too. I mean, yeah, he didn't come with the tough talk like
Yeah.
I knocked him down, Jack. I dusted that old bitch off, nigga. He didn't even know about new shit I was doing. So I did some Fortnite shit on her. Like, nigga did a bad Fortnite dance on that bitch. Like, what the fuck? You ain't even allowed to do that move no more.
All right, let's stop. That's somebody's wife.
Streets. They was on TV like she married to the streets. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that was the court of public opinion.
I mean, come on. You can't do that on TV. You can't do that on TV and expect me not to have a comment. That's why they got the comments underneath that shit. Like I got comments. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see me, but I'm just a nigga in the comments. Don't take me serious.
Nah, I feel you on that. All right, so last question. Um, in a versus battle of lyricism, who you got? LL Cool J or Busta Rhymes?
Oh, Cool J. I don't care how fast that nigga say that shit. I don't care, yeah. That nigga LL boy. Man, I'm telling you, this is the thing people don't understand. Like, if Busta Rhymes dared say something about James Todd, then he would aim at that nigga. He would like, and he would light that nigga up, yo. Like in my lifetime, I seen him light up too many niggas to go against him. Like I can't bet against him. I never seen Busta Rhymes in a struggle before. You know what I mean? Like Busta Rhymes loved by all. Like nobody want to battle Busta. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Busta is the life of the party. So he didn't even got to worry about that. Busta's lyrical, but understanding Busta clearly in a battle is not going to save him. Like, you know what I mean? Like being lyrical in that situation, like that style of rap is not going to help you. You know what I mean? It's easy if a nigga's like, your mom's is ugly and your shoes is whack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's hard to survive a LL Cool J bar. Like, I ripped my man the other day with that. I was like, the clothing you got on would make LL dish you. Like, you know what I mean? He had on some shit like that. Like, he had on a members only jacket with some LL shades. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't escape. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's hard to beat with this nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, what the fuck is Buster talking about?
Me personally, I don't think that he would.
Buster is lyrical though.
He would. He would go that route. He might throw in a little theatrics with that cadence, but Buster can slow it down and give you some shit.
He would have to slow it down and give you straight bars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because he's lyrical as fuck. Like, if you actually listen to what he says, his shit is crazy. Like, he's up there like with Andre 3000 type of complexity. You know what I mean? But LL is a battle rapper. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you who he does stuff in my life. He started out Kid and Play, right?
Okay.
After Kid and Play is Kumo D. Okay. After Kumo D is Ice T. Okay. After Ice T is Cannabis.
Okay.
After Cannabis is Wyclef for hanging out with Cannabis. like, and then there was rumors and shit with the Jay-Z shit. And the nigga just was like, yo, don't even play with me. He didn't drop the record, but he was like, yo, for real, this is all just talk, right? And niggas was like, yeah, nah, Jay has not said your name on shit. Cause that's when they started talking that goat shit. You know what I mean? And niggas stopped talking that goat shit. Like, you know what I mean? That ain't no coincidence. This nigga was like, yo, y'all better chill, man. And that nigga's on a CSI with the largest head I've ever seen on television. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, he's an icon catching criminals. Like, this nigga's pretending to study shit. Like, looks like evidence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
I gotta give it to him, man. Busta Rhymes has just got his body back together. I can't give it to this Tybo Billy Blanks ass Busta Rhymes over my man LL the icon. He was just hosting some shit like last year, so they let him host like the ESPYs or some shit.
Yeah, he still looks like he's 23, and
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Busta Rhymes just got himself back together, though. So like Busta Rhymes trying to be out here competing again, like, you know what I mean? Like, that nigga look like he'll punch a nigga in the face. So Busta Rhymes, I don't want no smoke. I love all your albums. Leader of the New School. You were that shit you did with All the Eyes Can See with the fucking Coming to America video. Epic. Remember the times shit, nigga. That's the level of your video right there. You in the annals of history with that shit, Busta.
no bullshit.
That should keep me safe, right?
Yeah, you. I personally can't wait for a Curtis Blow biopic because he
crazy.
was literally the first rap superstar, and a lot of people don't
Now,
realize
this is gonna bug you out. That nigga was my neighbor.
G shit.
When he was a fucking superstar.
Okay.
Walked around with the Fat Boys and Run DMC. Gave us albums and all that shit. Chick I knew babysitted his kid. No lie whatsoever. This is when he was AJ Fly. Like, that's right, y'all. My name is AJ. Like, all that shit. Like, basketball, all that shit. Like, his hits, he lived there. He lived right there with the long Jerry curl, with the Curtis Blow chain, all that. We could see him daily, like empty his garbage, all that shit. Like,
New York in the 80s, man, that must have been something to come up in.
Well, the thing was like rap was so new that like, and I was from the Bronx, so like motherfuckers wheeling out gigantic speakers and hooking them up to the lights, that was happening then. Like, Curtis Blow and these people, like I tell people all the time, like rappers, when you saw them on these album covers, and what you thought was cool was the clothes these niggas had when somebody took a picture. That wasn't no photo shoot. That wasn't no shit like that. This nigga had to go wear his like mother's sweater, his cousin's sweater, so he could look better in the shit, because he didn't even have no good sweater. You know what I mean? Borrow somebody else's chain real quick to put it on to have a chain. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these were just dudes off the street, regular cats. You know what I mean? That could rap and was rapping in horrible situations. Like the Bronx, you didn't have anything to do. You could play in fucking burned out cars. You could flip on pissy mattresses. You could, throw bottles. Like, I'm serious. Like, you know, it was actually nothing. Like, because people are like, why was rap invented in the Bronx? Nigga, there was nothing to fucking do. Like, niggas had nothing to do. Like, nothing at all. Like, do you know what it takes for a nigga to start wiggling and fucking spinning on his back on the floor? You know what I'm saying? Do you know how fucking bored you gotta be, nigga? Do you know how bad the fucking walls have to be that you want to paint a fucking better reality on them? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that. Like, why would a nigga want to draw on the wall? Nigga, the wall looked worse before I drew on it, nigga. Like, I was trying to make the wall look nice so I could fucking live here, nigga. I'm spinning on my back. It's so bad out this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas don't get that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit was invented off a heartache. Like, nigga, what are you doing? I'm banging on the table so we can have something to listen to and stay warm in this cold ass crib. You know what I'm saying? So now this nigga banging on the table, that shit sound hot. Nigga, I'm cold and shit. You know what I'm saying? I get the moving on this motherfucker. Niggas like, what the fuck are you doing? Trying to stay warm, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Niggas say, I know. Niggas is talking about we break dancing this shit.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? And fucking that's hip hop for real though. I'm not gonna lie, man, because the shit was made in the Bronx. My brother's 9 years older than me. I'm 48. There was no rap when I was a kid. When I'm like 6 and 7 years old, that's when rap comes out. And it's on these 12-inch albums with the song just on one side. Like there was no shit on the other side. The other side was just nothing. So like that's how the records were. And it was like in these white label cardboard things, sleeves. And my brother had them records, and I was like, rap. Like, you know what I mean? And like the thing with DJing was R&B and disco songs would come on, and niggas would wait to the part where that lady starts singing or whatever, and be like, bring it back. You know what I mean? Like even in your house, before you had a DJ, when that part would come on, you spin the record back. Make that shit start again. So she say, all right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Man, talking about that making me miss house parties, man. Like a good house party, man. Like when you used to clear the furniture out in the living room, and you had the Sony Hi-Fi and all that good shit. Like, yeah, man. Like that's I mean that's that was adolescence for me, man. But ain't nothing like that. I mean, you just had the lights out, one DJ, couple CDs. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers get fuck around and get lucky, get a red light. Like, oh shit, so you got a red light. That shit was crazy, man. I loved house parties, yo. House parties, and my boy to this day, he was DJ, right? His name was Marvelous at the time, but like he had that whole shit, like the equipment, the crates, all that shit. So like, you know what I mean? Like we helped that nigga get to the party and all that shit set up, and that nigga would DJ and shit, and that shit was dope, yo. Like, them times were some of the best times of my life.
That's what's up. Yeah. This has been dope, man. I'm so glad
Thank you for
that
having me.
I got you to come on, man. I definitely gotta have you back, and we gotta talk some more, and you know what I'm saying, get into the mind of this crazy dude, Derek, man. Derek,
Hell yeah, man.
Derek from
Hell
the
yeah, bro.
Bronx, man. I tell you right now, I can't wait for this to come out and to see how people react, because I mean, I never put an expectation limit on an episode, but you know what I'm saying, you shattered my expectations, so I
I
appreciate you,
appreciate that,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. It's dope, man. You easy to chop it up with, man. This shit was dope, man. I appreciate that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a fly, but next time you see me, I'm gonna give me a fly background like that, so it don't look like I'm in solitaire and shit. You know what I mean? Niggas always heating up on me like, "What's up with that fan you got? Nigga, keep me cool, bitch."
No, you good, man. But that's why I also try to give people, enough time to, get ready, and they ain't got nothing to worry about, because with my interviews, I usually go for an hour, but sometimes they go 2.5,
Oh yeah, that's
so
what's up, man.
who knows? So why don't you let the people know where they can find you, and anything else you got coming up?
All right, please follow me on Instagram. Derek Nicholson 718. Follow me on YouTube. Laugh with me, Derek 718. Follow me on Facebook, Derek Nicholson. Follow me on TikTok, Derek Nicholson 718. I got the thing coming up on Amazon Prime, Underground Comics of Atlanta. Got the YouTube show coming out, Trey Keisha. That's TerkeyCha. It's black. So watch that. I got the shows every week. Every Thursday, I host the open mic in Alpharetta, Lions Den Cigar Bar, the Beaumonde Cigar Bar. That's 8 to 11. list at 8, go up at 8:30, show up, go up every week. Right now, I'm doing guest host book slots. So pull up, send me your information. I'll have you host it. Gonna start in March with a patio show because it's gonna get nicer. So we're gonna be outside. So I'm in March, matter of fact. Jesus Christ. So next weekend we'll be starting the patio show. And today I got a women's showcase coming up at 8 o'clock. That's with 5 hilarious women from Atlanta. And they're gonna get down and kill it. That is also at the Lions. So
Okay.
follow me. I got things coming out and I'm doing work. I'm doing
That's what's up. Good luck on that cage match you got coming up.
Oh yeah, round two. Round two at the end of March. I'm gonna go up against my man Skinny D. Yeah, he's funny and all that, but vote for me no matter what. That's what we do. You know what I mean? We family now. So you fuck these other niggas. I don't give a fuck that nigga had you crying like that. That nigga had you hold your that nigga got his shoulders going. I don't care if your shoulders go. You vote for me. This nigga Skinny D. Oh no, I gotta say fuck you, bro. You gotta hate. That's what I need. I need you to hate on that day. That's what politics is. I didn't even know what politics was until I started getting into those competitions like that. That you gotta fucking pander motherfuckers for votes and shit. Like, like, yo, son, I know that nigga mad funnier than me, yo, but you need to vote for me, yo. That's some shit. You vote for me. You're like, but my heart, man, my heart is with the other nigga.
You gotta come in there. You gotta come in there with like some brownies or some cookies. You gotta.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right for this next account. Skinny D, watch out. I'm about to bribe niggas. This boy put me on right now. Y'all niggas about to get bribed big time. Yo, thank you again for having me on your show, man. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, like I said, man, I look forward to doing this again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I know you're about to be busy, but I'll definitely reach out to you and we'll make it happen. I give you a couple days to, set up your background and everything.
Hell yeah, yo. When you hit me, I'm gonna have I was calling that shit a stop and step, but I think it's a step and repeat or some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? And shit. I'm gonna have a nigga behind me holding up a drink like some shit like, yo nigga, hold this shit still, nigga. I'm still on the pod shit. Nigga. Y'all niggas want that money or nah? Hold that shit.
Oh,
you read the Craigslist ad, nigga. Hold that shit. I'm putting up an ad for background. Niggas not gonna know they're gonna be holding the background. Hold that shit. Make me look good, man.
Oh man. I have been your host, the Landover Legend, aka Big T, and you've been listening to the I Can't Make This Up podcast. I can't, with a K, make this up. We are available everywhere podcasts are, wherever you're listening to, Apple, Spotify, Castbox, Google. Just look me up and I'm there. Also on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So please don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And I read all the comments, so give me good or positive feedback. I mean, bad or positive feedback. Damn, hey Tom.
No bad.
But
You save that. You save it. You save it, you haters. All right. My bad.
Until next time, you guys take care. All right. Peace.
Peace out.